question I would like to discuss with you today is the question, can magic realism speak? With this question I set out to investigate borderlands of identity and representability in magic realist knowledge production. What is the background, setting and relevance of this question? The question, can magic realism speak, is an intertextual reference to the famous essay written by the Indian scholar Garbe in 1988. In this essay, which bore the title Can a Subaltern Speak?, Garbe came to the conclusion the subaltern cannot speak. Now, what are the implications of this conclusion for post-colonial studies today? Firstly, it has to be understood that Garbe took the term subalternity to refer to a position without identity, meaning that he took the term subalternity to refer to people outside the global economic system and outside history, to people, and in this she draws on Karl Marx, who cannot represent themselves and who cannot make their interests count. Most crucially, she took the term subalternity to refer to people who cannot act as collectivity. Against this background, Garbe took the term subalternity to refer to an epistemic fraction. However, I argue that this leads to the impasse of justice. For any society, any system, no matter how just they may be, they are nevertheless A. constituted on unspeakable exclusions, and B. exposed to an unpredictable future to come. Therefore, I hold that a totally just society is not viable. Imagine, for the sake of argument, a totally just society, society in which everybody would be ideally included, in which everybody would find the perfect conditions both for being themselves, for expressing themselves, and for being heard. In short, a society without violence, or to describe it even more radically, a society based on the exclusion of violence. This perfect condition would be without future, because any future might bring with it a destruction, new war, new victims, new forms of oppression, to name but a few. Thus, paradoxically, temporality, the unpredictability of the future to come, makes totally justice impossible and possible at the same time. Any future might bring with it a deterioration or an improvement. Given this impasse, I ask for a more pragmatic approach to subalternity. Seeing subalternity as an epistemic fracture constitutes beyond doubt a valuable theoretical insight, but also a dilemma. Therefore, in my research, I set out to deconstruct the question, can a subaltern speak? By deconstruction, I draw on Derrida's ideas of challenge and displacement. That is, I do not want to do away with the question, can subaltern speak, but to supplement it. Consequently, to me, to deconstruct the question, can a subaltern speak, means A. to challenge and displace the question's binary logic of non-contradiction. The assumption that there are only two and mutually exclusive possibilities, either speaking or not speaking, either subaltern or not subaltern. And B. to deconstruct the question, can a subaltern speak, for me, means to challenge and displace the question's strategic essentialism, the tacit naturalization and generalization of speaking and subalternity. I argue that both problems, A and B, result from a metaphysical approach to categorical thinking, a thinking that subscribes to unambiguous demarcation lines of inclusion and exclusion. This is why I suggest supplementing these unambiguous demarcation lines of inclusion and exclusion by characteristic threshold of transformation. My definition of terms I draw on the one hand on Quintilian, a Roman rhetorician, who defined categories as the practice of adopting the nearest possible term to describe something for which no actual term exists. And in my definition of terms, I draw on the other hand on Walter Benjamin, a German Jewish philosopher, who wrote about thresholds. The threshold must be carefully distinguished from boundary. A threshold is a zone. Transformation, passage, wave action lay in the word threshold. Thus, in contrast to the question, can the subaltern speak, a focus on characteristic thresholds of identity and representability is concerned with undecidable interstices of speaking and non-speaking, subalternity and non-subalternity. In short, with contradictory discontinuities in irreducible in-between spaces. Now, I hold that spectral non-identity and non-representability in magic realist knowledge production provides an excellent basis to deconstruct the unambiguous demarcation lines of inclusion and exclusion I criticize in Spieler. In my text analysis, I draw on 3 works of magic realist knowledge production. All 3 of them negotiate spectral non-identity and non-representability, however in utterly different historical and cultural settings. I discuss Beloved, written in 1987 by Toni Morrison, an Afro-American writer. Furthermore, I discuss So Far From God, written in 1993 by Ana Castillo, a Mexican-American writer, and I discuss Baby No Eyes, written in 1998 by Patricia Grace, a Maori writer from New Zealand. What I want to show in my reading is A. Why it is too abstract and too simple to base an understanding of subalternity on a non-contradictory and essentializing logic of identity and representability. B. I want to show how the principles of binary non-contradiction and strategic essentialism can be supplemented by characteristic thresholds of transformation. Furthermore, I want to show that spectral identity and representability in magic realism can open a practical and differentiated view on subalternity. And D. I want to show that a revised approach to subaltern speaking can revise our understanding of magic realism.